Hey folks, Dave Parrish here. I got another video for you. This one won't be too long. Appreciate it if you could like the YouTube channel or the video and subscribe to the channel. That always helps. But here's today's topic. Unix time. You know what that is? If you don't, you've probably run into it. You ever have dates, like a start, end date or something, and then you have an equation that's resulting, let's say, in a number of days between? And one of those numbers is blank, for it could be a variety of reasons. I'll get into that. And you get this completely whacked out number, and you're like, what is this? That happened to me the other day. The client saying, what's going on with this number? And I had to explain what was going on. There's a couple ways to deal with it too, but I'm going to just jump into this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to jump right into the topic here. I have an app. This is just test app. And I put a field in here, or a couple. Order date, so you have an order, the date it's ordered, and the ship date. Okay, seems reasonable for all kinds of use cases. And then you want to look as a manager or whoever, the days between it was ordered and when it shipped. So we have this equation that accomplishes that. Use case all the time. Now look at this. I'm going to go over to where those, again, I'm going to make myself smaller. Here we have those fields. They're both blank. It's going to give us a 0. Let's put in, and this, by the way, almost always you're going to have an order date first, and you're not going to have the shipping date because it hasn't shipped. But let's put a date in here. Let's just put whatever, January 1st. Submit it. Blank ship date, and we get this weird number, negative 19,723. And like, what is that? And if you have a detail of this order, a detail page, and you're listing out these fields on it, and this strange number comes up, people are going to say, what is that? What's going on? Well, here's where Unix time comes in. Here's a Wikipedia page on it. But here's the important thing. Some people in the know, or whoever they were back then, decided that the beginning of computer time was January 1st, 1970. Now, if you go through this, it gets really complicated. Leap seconds, this deals with seconds, all kinds of time aspects to it. It gets really involved. I don't know what any of this is, honestly. All I know is the important thing for us is it's January 1st, 1970. And specifically, what this negative 19,000 is, it's the days in between January 1st, 1970 and this date. To show you that, we got 19,723. Let's put in 01/01/1970. Now that's true, that's going to remain the same. Let's see. Submit. It's the same. So it's defaulting a blank date to that, which causes issues when you get these crazy numbers. Now, if we put in an actual date that's realistic, let's say it's a week after or so. Let's do this. 01. Let's just do 08. And we're going to do 2024. And we're going to submit it. It gives us the actual reasonable date. So that's what's going on here. If you have a blank date, the system's thinking it's January 1st, 1970, and it's whacking out what you're going to do. Now, there's a number of ways you can deal with this. One way, on your detail page, you can put a display rule on that view that says, hey, if the two ship days is less than 0, make it blank or hide it. Yeah, you can't make it blank, you gotta hide it. And so until we get an actual ship date, the ship date's not even going to show up. Or there's another way to do that too. Let's make another field here real quick. Let's just do another number field. Here's how I usually deal with it. Come on. Number, I'm going to just call it to ship. Let's save it. This is another power of conditional rules. Go back here, do a conditional rule, and we're going to say, hey, add a criteria. If this one that's the actual calculations resulting in that negative number is lower than, let's just put 0, we're going to make this new field blank, because that's what it really is. It isn't there yet. Let's make it blank. And then let's make a second one. If it's higher, let's do it this way. If it's higher, I suppose it could be technically 0 if it's shipped on the day of the order. That could be it. So let's just do this. Is it higher than -1? In that case, we're going to make it a field value, and we'll make it back to what that equation was, because if it has a ship date in it, that equation is going to be right. And we're going to save this. Let's see if it does. Being slow today. Let's go back to the records. Go over here. And this did it right. So we do have a ship date. It's giving us a real number. And if we made this blank, just to test it out here, submit, we get, this is blank. It's giving us the crazy number that's related to January 1st, 1970, and it results in to ship being blank. So when you're looking at that in your live app on the detail page, it's going to be there, and it's going to be blank, and that's what makes sense. That's what I got with this. Give you a little insight when you run across these crazy numbers doing with date equations. It has to do with Unix time. Take care, folks. Thanks.